Hey guys, just quickly hopping on to let you know a few things about this episode. So in episode 18, we have a lot shorter of an episode because we just wanted to capture our time at Barn Hill for you. Also with that, we had some issues with our media mount. If you're following us on socials, you would have seen in July, August, we realized that we had no of our vlogging audio because our cable to connect our mic to our GoPro vlog was broken, so we had to replace it, and unfortunately all of the vlogging that we done had no audio. So today's episode will be all of the visuals and a post edit recording or narrating on top to let you guys know what we're doing during that time. So I hope you enjoy and let us know what you think. In our previous map, we showed you leaving Perth, going through the southwest region of Western Australia, continuing up the coastline to Shark Bay Denham, and then north up to the Exmouth Gulf. We left the Exmouth Gulf, went to Karajini for Connor's birthday, returned back to Exmouth, and you will catch us continuing up north of WA, heading towards Broome. Well, today we're continuing north, heading to a place that we didn't really plan for. But as we'd already pre-booked in our Broome accommodation in advance, we needed somewhere where we could crash for a few days in between our previous day to now. So it turns out we actually picked a place that we wish we'd stayed in for longer. Barn Hill Station is another station stay on the West Australian coastline. Less than 2 hours south of Broome, they have a large area right next to the cliff face for any camping type. They have a cafe that has coffee and cake and pizza at night, and they have social lawn bowls and a beautiful outdoor area for live music during the week. As we rocked up to camp and unpacked, it was boiling hot, so we couldn't wait to get down to the beach to cool down. We stayed at the beach for a little while, but as we were getting ready to head back to camp, we noticed a crowd gathering close on the shore. People were looking out over the rocks, and we thought it was a pod of dolphins offshore. Turns out it wasn't. It was actually a huge manta ray surface feeding right offshore. You better bet that I had a really, really hard time holding back from jumping in.
In the morning, we decided to dedicate some time to cleaning the gross gas cooker, which we had been putting off. Brandon and I chatted about future plans to the canopy build I'd been dreaming about. The day was too good not to go down to the beach. I had heard that there were a lot of tuskies, aka black spot tuskfish, in the area from other fishermen and at the reception. So we pumped up Lou and Brandon's sup and headed out. Brandon and I jumped in. First thing we saw was heaps of sea snakes. They kept on coming up to say hi. The viz was not great. So I dove down a few spots and came across a spot loaded with tuskies. I was patient, took my time choosing, and eventually got a fish, a black spotted tusky, 52 centimetres. The interesting thing about Barn Hill is it's so close to Broome and there's a huge difference in tides. The spot we first hit was a big rocky boulder just offshore, completely underwater during this part of the day, but then by the afternoon it was completely dry.
So while the boys were out for ages, Lou and I chilled on the beach and walked around exploring the rock pools. I got some cool drone shots of the boys from above, and then after an amazing shower, we walked down to the cliff face and watched a beautiful sunset to finish off a perfect day. The next morning, we slowly left camp, hopped back to the beach for a quick dip. The boys went to see if there was anything else they could find, but only found sea snakes. We said a quick goodbye to Barn Hill and then started hitting the road for Broome. See and hear us next time at Broome.